rose hedge maze, you found just a roadside camp in a wooded forest. Pretty well used and set up for the night. And as the sun rises on a kind of pretty chilly, honestly, brisk, a little foggy morning, what do you all want to do?
We got a long rest, right?
Yes.
I'm just waking up, getting my stuff together. I guess I'm gonna be in a different season, I guess. Spring is one. Uh-oh, it's summer.
Yay!
Everyone's favorite season for Aoife.
You're summer and it's cold.
Oh, I'm all fiery now. Aoife just wakes up like, good morning! She sees the cat. She's like, yeah! Cats!
Who wants to roll a d4 to see who the cat is next to?
Here. D4. 1.
You have a cat on your chest when you wake up.
Ooh, great. It's nice and warm.
It's made of thorns.
No problem.
Yeah, your feathers are just thick enough that you only feel them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Nice. As it's on my chest, I wrapped myself with my cloak. And since this rose cat is on my chest, it's instinctively changed color to match that of like the rose bushes. So it looks like it's just sitting on a bed of rose bushes.
Yeah.
Didn't we have an interesting interaction last time about the mind shielding ring?
Yeah.
Yes.
You wanted it really badly.
Yeah.
The guy wanted to come out and share someone's body.
Yeah.
And then I mostly convinced you that you shouldn't let him take your body.
Mm-hmm.
Because then your soul wouldn't have anywhere to go.
Take the ring.
Yeah. So he really wants a body, and we mildly want to find him a body. You really want to find him a body, but it mostly convinced you that the fact that your soul would have no place to go if you died was. Yeah.
That's right.
And we're trying to go to the archives to get Feywild records.
Yes.
I want to use them to find out where my father is.
Yeah.
And you all want more information on the Unseelie Court and the ambassador.
We want to know where the missing ambassador is.
And generally, what's going on with all these portals.
Portals?
Yeah, why the ambassador went missing, why you all got stuck here in the first place. A lot of questions.
And so in our reality, what happened with Disaster? We showed up and he was like, ha ha ha, and disappeared? Or I forget.
He was not who he claimed to be and was an archfey who came with you to this Feywild and was like, this isn't the Feywild I thought it was. I don't belong here. And left.
Oh. Would I think maybe from my arcane research that he is actually from the Shadowfell?
You can make a Arcana check and see.
21.
No, that was definitely an that was a Fey. That was an archfey as he claimed.
So the other Feywild that he's talking about, not the Shadowfell.
Yeah, and in fact with a 21, this is not... You remember the Feywild that you came from, right?
Yeah. No, I don't remember
you
my
don't.
past. No.
Okay.
He does.
I do. I definitely do.
Yeah.
I want to visit her when you're I lost my memory when I left the Feywild, and so all of it's new to me. But I've read a lot of books in the library. I hung out at a mage college and worked for a guy in a library and read all sorts of books all the time.
Yeah. The Night Blooming Jasmine told you that you don't belong here, by the way. I don't know if you remember that or made note of that. You feel pretty comfortable here, though.
Right.
The Night
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the flower said that.
And you haven't seen any Eladrin or elves.
Something about like your roots are not here or something.
Yeah.
Those are things that your role... Those are some dots that your role hovers around in your constellation of trying to figure things out. Since it has been a while.
Yeah, they said my roots are not here.
Yeah, they don't
Rose
connect.
says I'm not from from this Feywild.
But I am.
You are, yeah, you feel plenty comfortable here. You have this whole time.
Nice.
And, like, think about the types of creatures y'all have seen here.
Plants.
Lots of plants.
Lots of plants and a rabbit. Or a hare.
That's right.
In this particular Feywild.
Well, more will be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna pet my cockatiel. I'm gonna look around. Good morning! Bo, you look really strong.
Thanks, Aoife.
Yeah! Like fire bursts out of my hair and hands.
You're quite fiery this morning.
Yeah! Still super gorgeous, though. Super gorgeous. Well, should we go to these archives and find my father?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put my stuff together. Make sure that Poke is coming with us, and I'm just gonna start marching in the direction that we're.
Yeah. I do the same. Gather my stuff up.
Yeah, no breakfast, no anything, just gather up and hit the road?
Yeah, thinking of that, looking at everybody, I wave across my hands and snap as I create some good berries. And I eat one, which will sustain me for the day, and then I offer one. Yeah! Each of you guys. This way we don't have to worry about
I'm
eating.
full! I feel perfectly sustained! This plane shift scroll is awesome!
Alright, so you head out, and pretty quickly as you're walking, it gets mistier and a little colder, and a drizzle begins. Almost as if you've walked into the rain. Like, you know, when you're on a road trip or you're driving and you've driven into the clouds. But slower, since you're on foot. And the rain gets heavier and heavier. And pretty soon, in turn, you're being tripped up by your little rose kitty friend as she's trying to get under your cloak.
I'll scoop him up and put him under my my cloak there.
So, after a couple hours of walking, does anybody have anything you'd like to do in particular? Any conversations you'd all like to have on the road?
Roleplay, schmoleplay.
Roleplay, schmoleplay.
We only do that when Julie's here. I'm gonna look at the path and the place we're going make sure we're going the right way and see if it looks like anything dangerous has come this way.
Alright, make a survival roll.
I think I still have a dog, too.
Yeah, you do still have a dog.
I wonder how the Mastiff and the Rose Kitty are getting along.
They're getting along just fine, 'cause I told him.
Make an animal handling check, just in case.
Okay.
Only a 7 on that survival roll.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, they are getting along just fine.
Mm-hmm. Yay!
Cat and the dog are getting along.
What's everyone's passive perceptions?
A million, trillion, billion.
A million, billion, trillion, what a huge number!
Just 14.
13.
I think I'm...
Passive perception?
17.
18.
Damn. Got a high wisdom score, bro.
Cleric.
Yeah. Fireball. So, he's got an 18 with passive perception?
I do.
18 and 17 for me.
Damn.
So, everyone with a 16 or higher is going to notice that there's just not a lot of life in this forest beyond the trees. Like, there's trees and birds. And that's it. And you just keep walking. And it's raining, and it is cold.
I mentioned it to the other people in the group.
Would this seem...
This rain can't put out my fire.
Would this seem unusual to me, being from here? That it seems like there's not much life going on?
I mean, the Feywild has a lot of different areas. It could be dangerous in that maybe there's a living forest that eats things. It could just be that this is a place that only birds live. And there's no food for anything that doesn't eat seeds. It could be that because of the rain, everything is sleeping. If you're questioning it, you could make a survival check to see if you know anything in particular.
Okay. Survival.
But,
I want to see if the rain is magic.
okay, make an Arcana check.
Magic rain. 14.
And if you have anything that can detect magic, you can also use that if you want.
22 for my survival check.
So you definitely know that a lack of biodiversity is usually slightly dangerous, but it doesn't feel super threatening.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay. I'll just be on extra alert then. And is it possible, since you said it's raining, can I put my hand up and use shape water to keep the rain off of me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
I'll try to do that with my mage hand. I'll try to block the rain with my mage hand.
You can keep... I will grant you the ability to make a mage hand that is the largest size of creature hand you can imagine. You've got a very, very large Goliath's hand blocking the rain from your whole face.
Yeah! I'm gonna make the hand do this.
Yeah.
Yeah! No rain on me!
Yeah.
So that rose bush, that rose bush that Jasmine said that I'm not from here, that my roots lie elsewhere. What do you think that means? Because, I don't remember the Feywild. I thought this was it. But I guess, I don't know, am I from somewhere else? What do you guys think?
And then telepathically you hear, maybe it just means you're not from this area.
Yeah, I don't know how much I trust that bush. Those shadows were liars.
Yeah, flowers can be very fickle.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody lies to me today, I'm gonna kill them. Hey, Paul, you think your family's here? Where do you think your family is?
I feel like Bo probably has his, I have a talking doll, but it's in the shape of a cow. He's just kind of playing with it and not really paying attention to what anyone's saying. And probably when you call my name, I just go, yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, it does. What's up, Hugh? Ready to find these archives? Yeah.
Hey, Hugh.
Your Arcana
Who do
roll
you
was
worship?
it 12?
It was a 14.
14.
I know
It's
it. I just
a
can't
magical
remember it.
environmental effect. In that the Feywild has, wild magic. There's magic storms. But it's not a spell or anything. Magic isn't going to happen to you because you're in the rain.
It's not creating any kind of effect.
No. It's just always going to be raining here. There is a slight amount of magic in the clouds that keeps it tied to this spot.
Sweet.
So do I see like a city in the distance or a town in the distance or something?
You see forest for the next 160, 180 feet.
P-Lore.
I'll send Petunia up in the air to
Dawn.
try to see if we're
Okay.
going towards some structures.
Interesting.
Petunia sees forest for about the next 3 days.
What?
Forest in every direction. You were told that it was about 3 days to the town.
Oh.
Well, looks like there's forest for 3 days.
But you are going in the right direction. There are two ways down this road. And you went the right way.
2 ways down this road. Dead
The other
or
way
alive.
goes to the Sealy Court.
To the Unseelie Court, yeah.
No, the Unsealy Court? Or
You are in the Sealy Court,
I got you.
and if you went one way down the road, it would take you to the Unsealy Court. And if you went the other way down the road, it would take you to the first town in the Sealy Court.
Got it.
Hey Aaron, do you have that silicone dye?
Yeah, I don't know whether we're gonna find my father or not, cause maybe my roots are somewhere else.
You take it. There you go. Can I take that one?
A trade has been offered!
Yay!
A deal has been granted.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, looks like we just gotta head in this direction for 3 days.
I'm gonna keep Petunia just sort of ahead of the group, just kind of scouting. We'll just keep walking, and I'll like look for anything, just trying to sneak up on us.
Hey, Hugh, keep an eye out.
Alright,
Will do.
so for the rest of the day, everybody go ahead and make a perception roll, since we're all keeping our eyes peeled.
Alright, Siobhan, throw this. Roll it, go ahead. You rolled a 2, honey.
Ooh!
Looks like I'm not gonna be perceiving anything.
18.
Also an 18.
Jeepers. 25.
3 total for us.
25.
25. So, the rest of the day passes fairly without much incident. As it starts to get dark, is anybody going to take point on trying to find a place to stop for the night, or are you all just going to work together?
I can look for a spot.
Alright, that'll be a
Ranger,
survival or a nature
Ranger.
roll.
I knew this ranger was good for something.
Somebody can take the help action if you want.
Even if I'm not proficient,
I mean, you can help.
I'll help. I'll try to help.
Let's find a safe place to stay so nobody takes a dump on us.
I'm gonna use my
It's not a time crunch or anything, so.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my Kenku recall ability. You have proficiency in 2 skills of your choice. However, you can give yourself advantage on skill checks you're proficient with before rolling the d20.
You can't have her bump the wires.
3 round survival. 19.
Yeah. You find a pretty good clearing. It's cold. It's wet. It's been raining. It's almost cold enough that some of the raindrops are a little bit harder than they should be if it's properly rained. Riding that border between rain and sleet, so definitely a good time to settle down for the night. Do y'all have any kind of tents or shelter?
I got this.
Any wood for fires?
I got my flying carpet.
We're in a forest. There's plenty of wood.
I've got
There is.
I've got my flying disc. I'm gonna put my flying metal disc floating over my head, block
Yeah.
all the stuff. Yeah. Anybody wants to get under here with me, you can. Promise I won't burn you.
What do we got?
I'll go with Aoife.
And I'll like touch you and like burn you a little bit.
Ouch.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to build a shelter for us to be able to just even sleep under. You know, using the things around.
If you guys put the sticks together, I'll start the fire.
Yeah.
How do you go about doing that?
So I'll go gather, strong bits of sticks, branches.
I'll help.
Just gathering fallen wood, or are you cutting any trees down or anything?
Well, let's see what I can find that's already fallen.
Okay. Okay.
As soon as I get the sticks together, I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire on it.
Sweet.
So around the fire, you built a nice fire. With a 19, you get a nice, decently warm and cozy camp set up.
Is anybody else suspicious that something's gonna happen?
I'm always suspicious.
I believe somebody has campfire cards.
Oh shit! Time for another campfire. Damn.
Yeah, you've got a campfire built.
Yeah, I cast Bonfire, Create Bonfire on the sticks. I put the floating disc over me and a little bit over the fire.
Time continues to pass out here in the fields.
Here's a campfire card for you.
Ah.
Here's a campfire card for you.
Do I look at it?
Yeah. You're gonna answer the question as your character. The Mastiff and the Rose Cat.
So yeah, I got these cards. It's a great way to pass the time when you're just sitting here for hours. Sitting next to a fire trying to sleep. You guys want to like answer questions and stuff? I'll go first because I'm on fire. Yeah. So my card says, what is a personal effect that you carry that means something to you? And it's this mundane rapier on my back here. Not the magic one, just a rapier. But yeah, my mentor Greaves gave it to me. He's the guy I used to work for at the library, and I told him that I wanted to go on an adventure and find myself and prove myself and get out of the city and find my parents. And at first he didn't want me to go, but then one night he gave me a gift, which was my leather armor, which I have here too, even though I'm wearing studded leather. Like, this is the leather armor that he gave me. I got my leather armor and my rapier. He gave me those, and he was like, go out into the world, Aoife, and make me proud. Yeah! So, you know, I'm not gonna sell this one.
Can I see it?
Be careful with it.
I take it. I'm just looking at it. Just looking at its how it was made and its craftsmanship. I just kind of ting the blade. Ting. And you hear me say in your head, like, "Ooh, it's very nicely made."
Oh, thanks, yeah. These days, you know, it's kind of like a starter weapon, but, you know, reminds me of Greaves. He was a dwarf.
He was. He's not anymore.
He is a dwarf. I mean, I hope he's alright. I think he's alright. What's yours say?
What quality do you most admire in others? I think I like when people are good caretakers, because since I've been off on my own without my family, it's been kind of hard sometimes. I know I'm not the smartest, so it's difficult sometimes when someone's really rude. But like, I think her name was Kendra, that kobold mother back in the bar where we first kind of started hanging out. She was great. I admire stuff like that.
Well, I'll try to be nice.
You're doing great, Aoife.
Yeah!
Fire on your back.
Yeah.
What's up, Hugh?
I could never raise my hand against someone who raised me. Says who, and so my answer is someone who raised me. You know, my parents were killed in a raid, and a kindly old priest took me in, and I'd never do anything to hurt him.
Well, that's more than you've ever said about yourself, Hugh.
Is that where you got your cleric abilities?
Yep.
Here in your head.
Yep. That's true.
How does that work?
How does it work? This priest that took me in taught me the ways of the god Pilar. And evidently I'm pretty good at it because I caught on fast, and I get a lot of accolades from other people at the temple.
Was he a human priest, or was he a dwarf like Greaves?
He was human.
Oh, I bet he was cool. Did he give you anything, like, that you can carry with you?
No.
I'm gonna look at the mastiff and the rose cat and say,
What do you animals cards say?
The animals say nothing because they're animals.
If only we had somebody with a speak with animals spell.
I guess I could.
But no druids here, just a ranger.
you have speak with
And I-
animals?
Yes.
You do too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're a totem barbarian.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to know what the cat or the dog is gonna say to the card? Come on, let's do it! Ah!
It'll take a few minutes, but okay. And I very slowly start gathering the things I need to do the ritual. And then I just kind of sit there, like going over everything a couple times before I start doing the ritual to try and cast Speak with Animals. And it takes 10 minutes. So.
And as you sister, I'm thinking about how I would speak with animals, and I instinctually cast it on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I look over at the dog, and I say to it, "What do you think?"
The dog answers, I think that we should have a snack.
Ooh. And
It replies in your mind the same way you spoke to it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And I reach in and give it one of the big berries that I have. I still have a couple of them.
It gobbles it up. That's quite a good snack.
And I'll try giving one to the cat as well.
It will also eat the good berry. Delicious. Not as good as a sunbeam, but quite nice.
A sunbeam?
Have you ever eaten a sunbeam?
I tried.
Washed it down with some water?
Mm.
And the nutrient from the soil. And perhaps a juicy earthworm for the thread of the hill.
Then I reach into my pocket and I pull out that lantern that I captured one of those floating lights in. I say, is this one?
It like bats the whole lantern because it can see the motes floating around and moving.
Are these the things you eat?
No,
Oh.
I will eat them now.
And I open up the lantern.
It reaches in slowly and pulls one out. And you can see it start to glow.
Ooh,
And now you just have a glowing rose cat.
nice. I'll close that back up. Very nice.
Alright, I think I'm ready to talk to those animals.
Yeah. Cool. I like while you were casting the ritual, I put the hover disc like a little bit more over you so you could study better.
Okay.
And I had no idea what you were doing.
Yeah, you guys just saw me just looking at these two animals, and you see me feed it some things.
Yeah, this dude loves animals.
And I'll ask them, what did your card say?
Well, someone's gonna have to read them the card, so we can pretend that someone has. And the cat's going to say, I believe that I can do whatever I want. Forever. Because the card says, do you believe more in fate or free will? Why?
That sounds like a cat.
Whoa, this cat is deep.
And the dog says, I believe in the good of the pack. And I don't know if that is fate or free will. But we are born, and sometimes change our families, our packs. So, which one is it? Do you have a snack?
No.
You should get a snack. It's hard to do things without a snack, wouldn't you say?
I guess.
Aren't you hungry?
No,
You smell hungry.
I had a whole berry earlier.
Ooh, I had one of those berries. But I'm hungry again. Aren't you hungry? Don't
could
you
eat.
believe in snacks?
I guess.
You should ask that bird man for a berry. I think it's snack time again.
He says it's snack time again. You got another berry?
Oh,
I reach
thank
in.
you.
Yeah, I have a couple more left. Sure. Thank you. Yeah, and I give him another one.
Daniel, you want one?
And then telepathically, telepathically I say, "Hey, dog, do you have any memory before we brought you here?"
What's a memory?
What did you do before you came with us?
What's before?
Oh.
Hey, what are you doing? You staring at that animal?
And I tell you, I'm asking where if he remembers anything before we brought him here.
Wait, you can't speak with animals?
I think so. I thought about it, and now I can talk to them.
Oh. You're so powerful.
Bless you.
I got some hot pepper up my nose. There's hot pepper on my rations.
Does the red one have any snacks?
Yes, you should ask her.
The dog comes up to you and asks if you have any snacks, but of course you can only understand the dog amount of that. So you just see the mastiff begging.
Do I get that it wants food anyway?
I mean, how much would Aetha be able to understand very obvious canine begging?
Yeah.
It thinks you have a snack.
I'll give him some ration.
You get a tail wag and a big sloppy lick.
Ah! Hey, did you do your card?
And then I turn to show you guys, since I can't talk to you guys all at one time.
Oh.
And I just kind of point to you, and I point to the fire. And I give you a thumbs up.
And I recast it. So
And for my benefit all the way over here, what does it say?
What is something small one of your companions did to make your life better recently? Why did it stick out to you?
Mm-hmm.
And then I write in the ground, because now I'm warm.
Aww.
Well, good night.
And then with that, we get another long rest. And we wake up to a frozen morning. Sleeting now in earnest. And icy. The fire's quite out, with the ashes frozen over.
I'm sleeping under my magic carpet though.
Yeah.
I'm also under the magic carpet.
Oh.
And how big is the magic carpet? Are you all able to fit under it?
Well, we're all able to sit on it, so I would imagine we're all able to sit under it, but tightly.
And I'm considered small, so.
You are in fact small. I can get you the exact dimensions if you want. Well, I think it's 4x6. Yeah, it's 4x6.
And you all were just under the magic carpet in your bedrolls.
No, I was. No, I wouldn't have pushed anybody out.
I'll say Bo was probably like halfway in it.
I probably would have been in Bo's lap.
With no... You guys didn't make any attempts to make any insulation over it, to keep warmth in.
Nah, I was on fire when I went to sleep.
no efforts to prevent the freezing rain from coming in the sides. So I need everybody to make some con saves right now.
I mean, I would have tried to keep it as best I could away using my shape water, but I couldn't keep
You
that up all
can't
night.
keep that up all night,
Yeah.
not while you're sleeping.
I got a whopping 1.
Uh-huh.
1.
1.
I got a
Con
24.
saves? Constitution.
Well, I had a 4x6 roof over my head, and I was warm, like on fire.
I was,
So maybe I can
I
have
was
advantage?
with you, right? On your little tent thing or disc thing, or where the heck was I?
I will accept that you were all under it. But there weren't any walls. There was no insulation. You were being exposed to freezing rain from all sides except for the top all night.
Well, I mean, I think I would have noticed that if it were particularly uncomfortable before going to sleep.
It was. That's why you had to make a fire. So if you want to retcon that at some point in the night, you would have woken up and done something about the fact that the rain was freezing on you. We can do that and interrupt your long rest. You guys get a short rest and wake up sometime at midnight as the rain is actively freezing your bedrolls. And what would you like to do? The ice upon your bedrolls crunches, cracks. The sleet is coming down in the sides. It was the whole time as you were doing the questions. How do you make your camp even more comfortable?
Does anybody have any like fabric that we can hang off the sides of my disc? We can stop the rain from landing on us.
I have a net.
I have nothing.
I just have what I'm wearing.
None of you have a dungeoneering or adventurer's kit still?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the contents of it. It doesn't have tent in it or chunks of fabric.
I mean, you could perhaps put all of your bedrolls together and turn that into a tent over the thing. That's what I would do if I were in that situation, the IRL. This is a puzzle. You are facing a puzzle, a survival challenge.
How big are the trees around us?
They are massive old-growth forest trees.
And would there be any that have holes in them big enough for us to get into?
Are you going to go looking, or are you just looking around with your
What
eyes?
did we roll on our survival check for campsite?
I'd got a 19.
Okay.
You said you were looking around for fallen lumber to make a fire. And to
First I
find-
was looking for a place to make camp, and then I was looking for the...
Yeah, you found a spot to make camp and looked for lumber.
So with the 19 survival check,
Okay.
in the freezing rain, we found just like this big open area.
Yeah, you found a safe clearing free of danger.
Would it be possible for me to make a makeshift hut using mold earth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would. So go ahead.
Okay. So,
Well, I got a roof.
as,
If
as
you want
we-
to make walls.
Yeah, we start realizing like, it's getting kind of cold, and realize none of us has anything to drape over. I reach my hands out and I start shaping the earth around us. I have it kind of shaped almost like igloo style to cover us here. And so now we're covered in this nice dome of earth, and I make a breathing hole in the front so we can breathe.
Excellent.
All right, I'm gonna put the hover disc over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with that, and Aoife's fiery warmth, you go inside and experience a very warm and comfortable night's sleep.
I am wiped out, so I immediately fall asleep.
And if you stay asleep long enough, you can in fact still get a long rest.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Well done!
I say at the last moment before I turn into whatever my next season is going to be. I go,
Well done! Good job!
and then I wake up in fall season. So Aoife wakes up and there's a bunch of autumn leaves in her hair. And she says, "Hello everyone, how are you? This is the most normal version of me." Well done saving us from the cold.
I've never done something like that before. But I thought it would be helpful if we had some shelter, and I just knew I could use the earth to make one.
Between my bonfire and your shelter, we're all set. Well, back to the task at hand, I suppose. How's our little rose cat looking?
Looks fine. Definitely. Ooh. The flower is a lot more vibrant after all that rain. Got a couple more buds all over her body, actually. And a bit of the zoomies around the shelter. Has come in and out of the breathing hole a couple times all morning. Got mud all over your stuff. But you know, cats, what are you gonna do?
Nothing. I'll do nothing.
You're going to let them do whatever they want forever.
Well, time to continue heading the way we're going. I gather up all my shit and start walking, but in a less aggressive way than the day before.
Yep, and I'll follow behind, doing my best to keep, because it's like really cold now, right? And it's
Yeah.
still raining.
As you leave the shelter, you notice that it's snowing now. And it is colder still than the day before.
As we're walking, I'm just gonna keep casting Create Bonfire ahead of us so that we're walking by a bonfire each time. So there's always like a bonfire within 5 or 10 feet of us on the road all day long. And I'll send Petunia up, my cockatiel, to look ahead and keep scouting for anything that might be coming up on us.
And I'll keep a produced flame in my hand for whatever that could do.
Oh, your hands are so warm.
You see me start to, I can toss it up and down.
Oh my. Good thing you two have some magic users, or you'd be frozen statues on the ground.
I think today again, Bo is like fully enraptured with like his talking doll cow, and when he shakes it, it goes moo, and then sometimes he'll hug it, and it'll say in like a young girl's voice, "I love you, big brother." And then he's just kind of doing that and not really paying attention to the fact that his feet are probably starting to turn some colors with the cold.
Hey, Bo, what's the story with that cow doll there you got?
Yeah, it's great. Huh?
Whose voice is that in there?
Oh, it's my little sister's.
Okay.
And Bertha, the cow, and I don't know. I think there's supposed to be a third phrase, but I'm not sure how to get it yet.
Oh, can I take a look at it, see if I can figure it out? How to get another phrase out of the common magic item talking doll?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, let me look at it for a second there. Let me see. What does it look like?
It looks like a kind of wooden cow with probably like some charcoal dust that was put onto the wood to give it like spots. And it has like these kind of like long horns coming off of it. And there's bits of hay around like the ankles.
Oh, wow. Look at the hay on the ankles.
Yeah.
It's a hay-ankled cow. Let me see if I can figure out how to get your third phrase out of this. May I roll?
Yeah.
Arcana? 22.
I'm not familiar with the item off the top of my head, so it's an item from your backstory, so I'll let you take the lead on this.
I think that it doesn't have a third phrase yet. I think in my backstory, I think it was intended as a gift for both of the children, but both thought it was just for his younger sister. So he was eventually going to be approached by his parents to say, you know, I love you, little sis, and then give it to her. So then when she hugged it, it would say that.
So the third phrase has to be recorded.
Yes.
All right, well, I will inform you of such. We're looking at it. I'll say, there is no third phrase yet. I have to record it. For example, I could record it saying, Bo, you're a fine fellow.
Oh.
And then it would tell you that every time. But, up to you if you wanted to have me fill it up with my voice.
I wonder why they didn't put all three. Then I'll just go back to shaking it so it moves.
And I'll just keep casting Create Bonfire, so we're constantly walking past a bonfire as we're going.
Create Bonfire is an incredible utility spell.
It is. It's almost as good as Shape Earth, although I like Shape Water better. Yeah.
You can use Create Bonfire to mass murder zombies. Fun fact. All you need is a pinch point.
Love some bonfire. So yeah, we're just going. How are you this morning, Hugh?
Just dandy.
City's so far away. Remember that time when we were in a demon dungeon and there was nothing but nightmares and gorilla demons just constantly attacking us? There was a yellow shape-shifting gas creature and a spider and a pile of bones. The snow ain't so bad.
And I mimicked the sound of the spider when it was like crickling and crackling out of the human form.
It's very familiar.
You know, after a good, 4 hours of that, when you get to about 21 bottles of beer on the wall, 20 bottles of beer on the wall, you take one down, pass it around, 19 bottles of beer on the wall, you hear the crunching, cracking sound of logs and a scream. You hear it first, Hugh, but everyone else in the party is not far behind in hearing the definite sounds of a conflict.
What kind of scream? What species?
Pain.
Good cow scream. Does the bird looking ahead, flying ahead, looking ahead?
Your bird sees treetops moving very aggressively, just a little bit to the left of the road. About 20 feet to the left of the road and a little bit ahead.
Well, it's guaranteed to be something dangerous over there, off the side of the road off to the left, with screams and such. Should we go make ourselves useful?
Definitely.
If only Summer Aoife were here.
It might be safer if we just kept going.
It might be, and I'm not Summer Aoife, so I could go either way. What do you think?
We
I
should
think
go
we should
help
go
them.
check it out.
Yeah. I could be mad enough for both of us. It'll be fine.
It's true. It could be a person in trouble, and we are here to help in one way or another, are we not?
Help me!
Ah, listen. They specifically requested help. But let's be careful just in case it's some kind of lure. It's a fake help me.
Bo's already running.
Well, I'm gonna like sneak up. I'm gonna stealth up. Quickly.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Quickly stealthing.
At disadvantage for the speed.
Mediumly stealthing.
Okay, then just straight stealth.
Behind Bo's charge. Oh.
So
I just follow normally. I don't bother being.
Yeah.
I don't rush in, but I don't try to hide either.
15 stealth.
Okay. So, as you rush in, the first thing you see is a fairly young, we're gonna call him a bull because he would be mad if you called him a calf still. Because he does have little horns. And we can't just go call them teenagers boys. We gotta call them a bull now. And his axe is about 8 feet over there, and he's over there. And he's on the ground with a very large, angry tree over him, with blood on its hand. And there's a second tree to the left.
I'm gonna get on my floating disc so that I'm flying.
Can I run?
And we all need to roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm still on the road.
You haven't followed?
No.
So you don't see any of that.
No, they all took off, and I was going to pet the dog as I cast Beast Sense.
Okay.
And then tell it to go follow them.
Okay,
As
so
I
you do
jump.
that while they're running.
Yeah, so now I'm looking through the eyes of the dog.
So you see that through the eyes
So I
of the
said
dog.
that. So seeing that, I snap back into myself, and I start to stealthily make my way towards them.
And with me sneaking over there and hopefully being able to see this before engaging in it, I wanted to get on my disc and blade song, bonus action blade song before battle.
Okay, so we will say that you two join the initiative order 1 and 2 rounds later.
Yeah.
But go ahead and roll.
Good luck not dying.
Yeah.
You said 2 trees and a minotaur?
Not a minotaur, just
A
a
bull.
cow beast folk.
Okay.
I got a 13.
13?
Yeah.
8. 8.
Where are my horses at? 2 trees.
And who was that 8?
Me. Hugh.
Are the trees large or medium?
They are large.
Mira's got a 17. Neither's the Jones.
Large trees. Where's my cow? Here we go. Any obstacles or terrain, like 3-dimensional objects and shit in this area?
It is a pretty tight forest area.
Yeah.
So a couple of non-animated trees.
We know here, dog. I'm flying it. So, you know those flight platforms that we kept falling off of? I got these, which are
Oh, nice.
they're not like for that, they're for something else. But they work
Sure.
for that.
Nice.
And so they're like 3 different sizes. So I'm gonna do a 3-dimensional. I'm gonna do a vertical battle in my Sunday game at some point.
Cool.
So they gotta build the vertical space. Yeah. Alright. Tree battle. Who's more evil, the tree or the bulls? Who's more good?
Bulls, plural.
One bull. 2 trees, 1 bull.
2 trees, 1 bull.
So that tree is injuring the bull.
Yes.
Did everybody roll for initiative?
I did not get your initiative.
16. How far away is the bull from the trees? Is it right up under the tree, or?
It is right up under one tree, and yeah, that's pretty much right what you walked up on.
And how far away is the other tree from the tree?
About 15 feet away from the other one. Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
All right.
And the further away tree is going to go first and move towards the bull by 1 square.
That tree looks a lot like a snake. It's a snake tree.
And then it is Mir's turn.
Oh, I don't join for another round.
Yeah, so you are moving closer.
So move closer, but being as stealthy as I can.
Yep. And now it is Ava.
Riding up. So you
Yep,
said
and
I'm
now
not there?
next turn you are here.
Next turn. Yeah.
Now the tree that is on top of the bull is going to make 1 attack against it. And everyone is just watching. And it's also going to roar mightily. Bo, your turn.
I will. What's my speed actually? 40 speed, so that's 8 squares. I will walk right up to this tree that's right next to the bull.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna rage, and then I'm going to attack the tree twice.
Okay.
And I will be attacking recklessly.
Okay.
Reckless rage.
This one's cocked. That is, let's see, a 24.
That
24?
hits.
Alright. That's 1 hit, and it is a D10 plus 5. That's 14 damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And that's 12 on the second one. Does that hit?
That does not hit.
Okay. And that's my turn.
And that brings us to Hugh.
I'm going to do a wall of fire, a ring around the tree that's right here.
Okay.
So boop. So saving throw.
Saving throw. What's the DC on that?
Dex of 16. Dex 16.
It fails.
So it takes 5 die 8. Holy cramoly. 7, 13, 18, 24.
Shit, I shouldn't have taken
31
fire if he's
31
doing
points of
all the
damage.
fire all the time. So is that a always prepared light cleric spell?
What's that mean?
It is. Let me see your thingy bobble. There. Yeah, I think it's an always prepared light cleric spell.
It lets out a mighty roar, and it's looking pretty crispy. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
The bull is going to scurry to its feet and back up, meaning that the tree it is next to gets a opportunity attack because it's getting the hell out of there. Ooh, not great. Not great at all. 'Cause that's gonna be.
You're right. It is always prepared.
Yeah, no, I looked it up. You get Guardian of Faith and Wall of Fire as your 7th level always prepared stuff.
So the bull gets knocked back prone, but far away, so at least it's further away.
Does it look like it takes some damage?
It takes quite a lot of damage.
Oh. Is it really fucked up looking?
It was already looking kind of rough.
Damn.
But it's no longer directly under the tree.
Bo, I bet you're emotionally affected by seeing this bull getting torn up.
This might be one of the first few times that I raged on the first turn of combat.
And that mirrors, you arrive on scene.
Okay. I arrived behind this tree here,
Yep.
seeing that cowman get knocked back, and seeing this wall of fire scorch that one tree, and Bo taking care of this tree here.
Yeah. I skipped the tree's turn, and it's just going to use the movement to take one step forward and rotate towards Bo at the same time. In range.
Tree!
They don't have much movement.
So,
They can move 5 feet at a time.
Do they have feet, or are they just like...
They have
roots?
feet.
Oh, okay.
so this wall, it's doing damage towards the inside of the wall.
Yes.
And a creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage.
Yep. Just gonna cook it.
So if the tree inside the wall has a turn, it'll take the damage again.
Nice.
Fireball wouldn't work well in this situation.
The wall of fire is fun. I'm gonna have to switch my spell out though, because you are gonna cast that all the time.
And then if that's your turn getting there, so that's Ava.
All right. I'm imagining that I'm gonna fly in from over here, and let's see. So the carpet of flying has 60 feet of movement speed, and I'm blade singing, so I should be able to just fly up on stuff. Do I want to do something to help this bull? Do I have anything to do to help the bull?
Oh, and when I went and followed these guys, I scooped up Pokepulp, put him into my crook there. Told him like, oh, watch out.
Since it's got such slow movement speed, the tree that Bo is fighting, I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers on it. I'm gonna try to do my little trick. So I'm gonna, if it's here, I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers there, and then I'm gonna try to move it 5 feet with my push to see if I can get it to take Cloud of Daggers damage now rather than at the start of its turn. So it'll make a strength save on my bonus action.
Okay. Does a 20 save?
It do, but not if Silvery Barbs is involved. That's my reaction. So you
Okay.
reroll and we'll take another one.
Does a 25 save?
It do. So it
That would be
doesn't.
a quick critical success, anyways.
So it doesn't get pushed. I give advantage to. You're not here yet, so I'll give advantage to the cleric with the Silvery Barb spell. So you'll have an advantage on an attack. The tree has a Cloud of Dagger spell going on it.
Yeah.
So at the start of its turn, it'll take the damage. And then I'm going to use the carpet to fly over to where the tree is and get engaged with it. And Petunia. So the bull is not like unconscious, right?
No.
Okay.
Just prone.
Yeah. Petunia will just hang out up here with me on this thing, which is 20 feet in the air right now. Pass.
Alright. So the tree that's in the fire is going to move out of it, which I'm sure hurts. Because it does start its turn there.
Yep.
And that's how much damage? That was 36 damage?
Well, it's a roll if you
Roll
want to
again.
roll. To roll. You want to roll your damage again?
For the wall of fire.
David, you want to roll your wall of fire damage
Do you
again?
do the damage all over again?
You can either keep the same number or re-roll.
I'll keep the same number because it was pretty darn good.
And what was that same number?
31.
31. 31.
So when the wall appears, it makes a dex save, and then a creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there. So, I think I would read it as it doesn't take the damage. It has to enter the wall for the first time, or end its turn there. I'm already there.
Yeah, so if it moves, and how big is the circle you said?
It's a 20-foot diameter.
Mm-hmm.
Is it around the?
Yep, just around
Yeah,
this
20-foot
thing.
diameter, 10-foot radius. Yeah.
Yep,
It's basically circling the large creature.
yep.
So it will dash and move 10 feet.
Which way?
Towards its buddy, towards this fight. And that's its turn.
Yeah. So the damaging side of the wall is facing in. I guess it's sort of still in that.
Yeah, for one more turn.
So-
One more turn.
So I guess it can take the 31 again if it ends its turn there.
And it has to, because it is a slow creature.
Was it this one?
Yeah. Or 10 foot. Yeah, I think it's still touching the damaging side.
Mm-hmm. It's half in, half out.
So how hurt does the tree look?
The tree is not looking so good. It's looking about... It's looking like fire season in California.
Nice.
But also it looks like... It looks like just being in a rainy forest environment with its roots on the ground. lets it recover a bit every turn too. So even though you're damaging it a lot every turn, give and take.
Who's next?
And that's gonna be Hugh.
Guiding bolt it. Do guiding bolt.
Which one? Which tree? The burnt one?
Yeah, let's do the burnt one.
You get advantage from the silvery barbs.
Okay. So I go, holy crap, that was crap. Oh, advantage. Sweet!
Silver barbs.
So, like 24.
That hits.
And I gotta look at my damage, dang it. Where the heck is it? Guiding bolt. Where am I? I'm sorry. Do 4 die 6. Ooh. 16 points of damage. And anybody that wants to whack it next has advantage, I believe.
Yay. Advantage.
Alright. And that brings us to the bull, who's going to stand up again. And pick up his axe that he's been knocked closer to, and just book it towards town. Which is now conveniently only about an hour and a half that away.
Wow.
Maybe that's where he came from. Maybe he's a woodcutter or something.
Wait, bull! Stay, talk to us. Okay, whose turn is it?
Now it's the other tree's turn again.
Alright, so
And,
it's gonna take some Cloud of Daggers damage now.
This one?
It is first the tree that is on fire's turn, and it's going to move out.
It's gonna what?
Move. It's going to take a step towards bow and attack.
Didn't he just go to dash?
Oh wait, no, I got them mixed up again. I have them labeled and I got them mixed up again. R.I.P.
So,
That's the problem with identical enemies. Yeah.
well, we've got troll-shaped tree and snake-shaped tree, so that can help.
Troll tree.
So, troll tree takes 8 damage from the Cloud of Daggers at the start of his turn.
Yep. I just need to swap them in my notes because that's what got messed up.
I can't tell what's in it.
Chicken.
It's got a couple chicken dice.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's... And then it's going to move... And then it's going to attack Bo with its multi-attack. 2 claw attacks, branch attacks.
Let's get advantage from the reckless attack.
On that first
Bull
one.
can take it. He's a bull.
That's a 11 to hit on the first one,
Does not hit.
with advantage even. guessing an 8 doesn't hit either.
No.
And that's its turn. Pierce?
Okay, so the bull has. You said he's
fled.
He's fled, so he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't need to heal him. All right. So seeing the tree here trying to walk its way out of this fire, it's still technically in the fire, right?
It's out. It will be out on this turn, but it is still technically in the fire.
Okay. Would it be possible? Could I use mold earth to try to hold its 1 foot so it can't move? Because it says I can create difficult terrain.
You can. You can try.
Because I just want to keep him there so he's still getting burned.
I will remind you, because it's been a while, the last time you all tried to create difficult terrain using plants or earth for a plant creature, it did not work.
True. Okay. Okay.
Kill it.
Scratch that. Okay. So from here, from my spot here, I'm going to weave together the shadows to create a solid gloom arrow. And I'm going to use my umbral arrow spell, which I shoot from my bow at the very
Crispy one.
very crispy one.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage? Oh, that's right.
It's glowing. It's crispy and glowing.
As it should be.
Oops, that is not a D20. There it is. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and damage. That is 4. 4 plus 6 psychic damage.
6 psychic damage. Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to call the arrow back. So a wisp of black smoke disappears and reappears in my hand. So in my next turn, I'll fire another shot. That's my turn.
All right. Ava.
These trees look pretty messed up at this point.
Yeah. Significantly so.
I really want to turn into a T-Rex, but they're almost dead.
They are.
T-Rex for an hour. And it takes my full action to turn into a T-Rex. It doesn't have like a bonus action attack.
Oh, and I've told the dog to stay back with me and wait. I don't want it to get hurt.
Well, I am blade singing. Well, I like dealing damage. So, is with all the falling snow and everything, would you say that things are dimly lit rather than fully lit?
Things are not bright, but I wouldn't say they're dimly lit.
Okay.
It is midday on a snowy day.
So the hovering disc will take me down to the ground, and so I'll just be standing on the ground, and I'll bonus action 3rd level Shadow Blade, and I'll take a slash at the injured tree, the more injured tree. And let's see. The bird will provide the help action to me so that I have advantage on my first attack. And I will be green flame blading it so that the creature next to it will take some damage as well. And so going to try to hit this first tree with the crispy tree, the snake-shaped tree, with advantage with my shadow blade, with green flame blade cantrip. So that is like a 26 to hit or something.
Hits.
And I'm gonna do 3d8 of damage to it. Magic damage. It's psychic damage. That's so sexy. The concentration drops on the cloud of daggers when I cast Shadow Blade. 14 damage plus the green flame blade damage is 2 more, so 16, and then let's see, at 5th level, on a target and the fire damage, the second creature. Okay, so then as I hit it with this green flame blade, green flame shoots off of the creature, off of the one tree, onto the other tree. And the other tree takes 9 fire damage from the green flame blade. That was 4 more. That was 2 more. It was 14 psychic, 2 fire to the one tree, and then 9 to the one next to it with the green flame blade. Then using my Blade Singer extra attack, which lets you extra attack after you use a cantrip attack, I will take a normal attack without advantage on the injured tree if it is still alive after taking the 16.
It is.
Well, that's a sucky roll. Let's just check.
Before you take your extra action, as a reaction, it's going to assume its tree form and look like a regular tree.
Okay, so this tree monster becomes a regular tree?
Yeah, it just looks like a normal ass pine tree now.
Okay, so I'm still trying to hit it, and it's 13 to hit on that
Doesn't
one.
hit.
Okay. The owl will just go up in the air to, like, it'll go at speed up straight in the air to try to get out of the way, and we'll pass.
Okay. And that'll go to the snake tree, which is now just standing there like a normal regular tree.
I think you skipped me. I've only gone once.
Oh no, did I? Fuck, I'm sorry. Take your turn.
I'm just going to do 2 attacks recklessly.
Yep.
This is 17 plus 6. That's 23 to hit on the one that's on fire now.
Okay. And
Does the 23 hit?
yes.
Okay. And that's 13 damage, or no, 15 damage because I'm raging.
Okay.
And then, natural 20 on the second one, which is going to be 8 plus 5, 16, 21 damage on the second attack on the same tree.
Kill it, yeah.
It's dead.
Okay.
What does it look like? Wait, that is the crispy tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, not that one. The other one.
I was attacking with the evil-looking longsword. So Bo is probably screaming the whole time, and it probably, the first one just nearly chops like one of the bigger branches on the side off, and then when he comes at it with the second one, it chops clean off, and that's probably how he kills it.
As you slice through its trunk, you feel a visceral sense of satisfaction flowing from the sword and into you. A little confused though, because that's not blood. There is no blood, there's no flesh. There's a soul. And the sword is happy, because this is a good soul. This is a protective soul. You done good, kid. It likes this. Confused. No blood, but like,
Oh, you killed a good
this
soul.
is powerful.
I think the sword likes it, but I don't think that's real, so I don't know. But I think it likes it, but no, that doesn't sound right. I'm just gonna keep hacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as the tree falls, it almost disintegrates into its component parts, leaving behind some real creepy looking branches, some real creepy looking logs. Like logs that look like faces.
Whoa.
Whoa, face dogs.
Magical quarterstaff.
So, yeah.
Sweet. Whose turn is it?
Yeah. Because I definitely did skip you last round. I'm gonna have Hugh go and then Bo again.
Okay.
And then we'll be back at the top of the round.
So it's Hugh's turn?
Yes.
Guiding bolt at this sucker. Nice. 23.
Hits.
Kill. 4d6 for your level 1?
4d6 level 1. I'm sorry, it was only 19. Not 23.
Still hits.
Still hits.
Oh, 13.
At least that's an easy number for me to calculate. Okay. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Alright, back to Bo for your special turn.
Okay.
Advantage.
Yeah, I'm attacking recklessly also. That's gonna be a 20, dirty 20, to hit on the first one.
Okay.
And that's 9 damage on the first attack. And then another dirty 20, a dirty 21 with a 12 to hit. 12 damage on the second one.
Okay.
I got it.
No!
We just had an accident.
Oh no. And that brings us to the top of the round with the troll, who's going to take a multi-attack against the nearest and the dearest.
The troll?
Troll
Troll
tree.
tree.
Troy.
Troy the troll tree.
Troilus and Cressida, the troll tree.
And that is a 16 and a 10 to hit, respectively.
They don't hit. I have a 17.
Nice.
Yeah! What are you wearing?
And then it's going to take
Probably
its
just cloth.
3 action reaction. It can just do this whenever it wants and turn into its tree form.
Now it's a tree.
Now it's a tree.
Mr. Gorbachev, cut down this tree.
And that puts us at Bo again.
Okay.
No. Wait, no. I can keep track. Having too many trees in the lineup is messing me up tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, one's dead now.
One's dead now. I need to cut it out. Mears.
Okay. So my shadow arrow back in hand, I do a twirl around this tree, And I'm gonna take a shot at the tree there. Dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. And then 9 psychic. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, and then 4 piercing.
And 4 piercing.
Because it is an arrow.
Okay.
And again, after it hits, it dissipates in a wispy black smoke, and I use my bonus action to call it back. And that's my turn.
And then Aoife.
Shadow Blade! Aoife! Aoife runs up with the Shadow Blade. And the familiar takes the help action to give me some advantage on the first one. And I'm gonna try to hit it with my blade. This time, booming blade. Gonna make a boom. That's 21 to hit.
That hits.
And we got 3d8 psychic damage and 1d8 thunder damage. We know trees hate thunder. That's the thunder. It was an 8. That's the psychic. Psychic 9, thunder 8. And bonus action with my offhand +1 short sword. I get in that bonus action hit. That's a 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Boo. Extra attack. No advantage. Nat 20.
That hits.
Not a cantrip, so that's 6d8 plus. Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to add my Dex modifier. Hold on. That first chunk was 9 plus. I always forget to do that with Shadow Blade. It's so sad. 9 plus with Shadow Blade plus 3 on the first one. What the fuck? Plus 3. What am I writing down? I had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 8 is 20 total on the first hit. Miss on the second hit, and then this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need one more. Yeah, that one. All right. Plus 3. 16, 20, 28, 35 plus 3, 38.
And that's regular damage?
That is all psychic damage.
That's all psychic damage.
Yep. It's the Shadow Blade. That's 58 damage in one round, bro.
Is it though?
Yep.
The 38 was psychic damage.
Yeah, so the first 20 was 8, 9, 7, 8,
I already
9.
calculated the first. I already subtracted the first batch.
Right, so
Including-
8 of the first 20 was thunder, and then this 38 is,
All psychic.
yeah. Crit, baby. I did 58 damage in one round.
58? Wow.
20 and then 38.
Sweet.
I'm proud of myself.
It's hang.
I'm hanging on my wall.
Shit. Black.
I'm waiting to find out what the result of that is, though.
Unfortunately, it looks like the really, really spot-on Shadow Blade attack did not harm it as much as you thought it would. It is sitting there looking like any other tree. And trees aren't as scared of shadows as most other types of creature. So the psychic nature of that attack might just not have been as effective as it normally is
Just put a
on
bomb.
a tree.
I guess it'll just take 29 instead. All the pass.
And that brings us to Bo.
Okay. Attacking recklessly again.
Cut down the tree.
And it's a 19 to hit.
That does not hit
Okay.
in its tree form.
And then that's not going to hit either. And that's it.
19 doesn't hit. Is it moving in its tree form?
No, it's sitting there like a regular tree now. In fact, so much so that if it hadn't done that while you were standing there, you could not tell it apart from any other tree.
Alright, whose turn is it?
It is now Hugh's turn.
I'm gonna do Scorching Ray. 3 of these. Ready? 15.
19 doesn't hit. You gotta beat 19.
Oh, that won't hit. That won't hit. Don't hit.
And Scorching Ray is fire damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what were those all actually?
Son of a gun.
So 9 and
Were
7
any of
is
them
what you roll.
over 15?
Yeah, I did not.
So go ahead and roll them all again then. Because the tree form is really an interesting form.
11 doesn't hit.
No.
Nice. 22.
That hits.
20. Dirty 20.
So 2 of those hit.
8, 12, 15 points of damage.
It
Yes.
is singed and burning.
Good.
And it's still just sitting there. And that brings it back up to its own turn. And the fire extinguishes itself. And that brings us to Mir's turn.
And this is just now it looks like a regular tree.
It looks like a regular tree that somehow put itself out.
Okay. Are there any at least visibly to me from here, are there any like holes in the tree? Like, you know, where like an animal might make a home or anything? Or just somewhere in its bark?
No. And in fact, it looks like as you're standing there, the marks from where all of your attacks have hit are slowly closing on its bark, including what looks to be axe marks from where someone tried to cut it down.
Mm. Okay.
Time to leave.
Yeah. I'm just gonna observe. So I'll hold my action.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Amber alert, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
We check the baby monitor.
Oh no.
She's still in there.
Yeah, so just observing what the tree's doing.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll hold my action for when it starts to move again, then I'll attack it.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's it.
And that brings us to Ava.
Does it? I feel like I just had my turn. Did you go after me?
Yeah, I did. I missed both times.
All right, I'm gonna say. Well, I think it's just a tree now that probably attacked that guy because he was trying to cut it down. So let's just leave. And I'm gonna get on the. I'm gonna walk away from the tree and try to see if it tries to hit me. And then I'm gonna get on my hovering disc and get up in the air on it and start leaving. Does it take an opportunity attack against me?
No.
So yeah, I'll just. It's I got 60 feet of movement speed on the carpet, so I'll call out at you all. It's just a tree now. I think it was just defending itself from that bull who was trying to cut it down. So let's just leave, and I'll float away. Pass.
And that brings us to Bo.
I
If
think
Julie were here, she'd try to talk to it.
She would.
I think Bo would just keep yelling "stupid tree" and try to swing at it a couple more times.
Yeah, he would.
That's 21.
That hits.
Okay.
Kill the tree. Kill the tree.
That's 9 damage on the first one. The second one to hit is a 16.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. And then I think after he does that, he's probably starting to think about what he said. And the tree doesn't react when I attacked it, right? When I hit it.
No.
Okay. Then I'll start slowly walking away as well. Probably still facing it, just kind of backing up.
Angry.
Yeah, still angry. And that's my turn.
And that brings us to Hugh.
Nothing.
The doll in my pocket moves at you.
Okay. Not moving, just watching.
I'll cruise away. I'll go back to the road.
Okay. And that brings us back to the troll tree, who is going to stay in its tree form.
Does anybody have a chainsaw?
And that's going to bring us back to Miras.
Okay. So hearing Aoife call that out and seeing that it's not really doing anything, it's just a tree, and I saw it, kind of healing itself. I'm gonna also start making my way away from it, but I want to stop by and I want to pick up one of the face logs.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Okay.
And some real creepy branches.
Okay.
That look kind of like... You know when you're watching a horror movie or a cartoon, in Coraline?
Yeah.
Where the branches look like hands?
Yeah.
It's those branches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When they do the casting call for the scary trees in a cartoon, they cast those branches.
Gotcha. And how big are the face branches?
They are about the size of one log for a fireplace.
Oh, okay.
Like, somehow when the tree fell, it disintegrated into 3 perfectly cut fireplace logs that look like one head. And like 6 branches that look like one clawed arm.
Wow.
Somehow it fell perfectly for inventory.
Oh, this?
Oh, thank you.
They're good. They're my favorite cookies.
From your cookie place?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Delicious.
Okay. So I'm gonna take one of those logs and one of the
I
branches,
can't have sugar.
and I'll pick them up, and
I would eat it.
me and the dog are gonna run off, following Ethan.
You take it all?
Huh?
You take all the stuff?
I don't know if I can carry it all. I guess I'll take what I can carry.
Okay. You can probably take like 3 branches and 2 logs.
Okay. And I can give one of the sticks to the dog to carry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gives you a 4th branch.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that.
Yeah. Write them down as scary branches and living logs.
So we got
I don't know what you mean.
2 living logs. We got 4 scary branches. Okay. Got it.
So with that done, you continue down the road.
Yeah, I want to check out the logs and sticks and stuff and try to see if I can figure out what's going on with them magically.
So you want to roll Arcana?
You know I do. Nope. Nat 1, 9 total.
Weird. That looks weird. You bet that if you took that to the right person, they could make something weird with it. Maybe even something cool.
Well,
Sounds like a new bow from ears.
I think we should hang on to all this.
I agree.
Perhaps I'll make a wooden sword.
Perhaps.
Bo will help carry some of the materials. How much is left?
We have 2 living logs and 4 scary branches.
That means there's 1 log and 2 branches left to carry.
Okay. Can I carry those?
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Then I'll put them in my pack.
I hand them over to Bo.
And as I'm picking them up, I stare in the general direction of the tree that we were fighting because I feel like it's a forest. I probably lost track. And Bo's just like, that's right. That's going to happen again if you ever heard a bovine in my face. I'll chop you down.
Bull.
Yeah.
I wonder if these trees were maybe just defending themselves and perhaps the bull was trying to cut them to use their wood for some magical purpose.
Nah. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't track.
Perhaps we were killing good creatures. Perhaps the bull was evil.
But bulls can't be evil because they're bovines.
It's true. You're right. Well, still snowing?
It's the snow is starting to lessen. It's still cold, but it's starting to warm up. Snow is starting to get a little loose, a little wetter. Transitioning back from snow into rain as you walk. Almost like you've gone all the way from fall through winter and back into spring somehow.
And I reach in, I pull out Poke and see if he's okay.
The cat's fine, a little grumpy.
I pet it and then put it on the ground. Do my hands smell flowery after touching it?
Yes.
Nice.
Like roses.
Oh, you know what? I can't turn myself into a T-Rex yet anyway. I can only turn myself into a giant ape.
Yeah, T-Rex.
Maybe tomorrow you can.
T-Rex is CR8 and ape is CR7. CR8, yeah. But I didn't remember that till just now. Well, you know, a couple nights ago when we were resting, I gained the ability to turn into any kind of creature. So I'm looking forward to using that for something. I could turn an enemy into a goldfish. Then we could dump it in the the outhouse. If I could turn myself into a giant gorilla or something. I'm looking forward to that one day, but it didn't feel right punching a tree as an ape.
It felt really good cutting it though.
It makes more sense to cut a tree than to punch it, I would say.
What is a gorilla?
It's like a giant monkey. Have you seen a monkey? Well, imagine if I were more hairy and more thick and an animal instead of a gorgeous woman.
So you turn into Bo.
Well, Bo is a person, not as hairy as a gorilla.
I'd very much like to see this gorilla.
Well, if only I had learned minor illusion, I could show you the difference. But I don't. Have you ever seen a gorilla, Bo?
Yeah, of course I've seen a gorilla. They look like this, and I try drawing in the dirt, and it looks nothing like a gorilla. And I keep like sweeping it off and then starting over.
Roll performance.
Okay.
Have you actually seen a gorilla?
No.
Roll deception also.
Okay. So that was a 4 on performance, and that is a 18 on deception.
So, anyone who wants to find out if Bo is lying, because it's a horrible drawing. It'll never look anything like anything. But you may or may not have convinced them that you do know what a gorilla looks like. You
Well-
just can't draw.
That's what I'll choose to believe. You know, Bo is a good-hearted individual. I have proficiency in calligrapher supplies, but I don't actually have calligrapher supplies. But I could use my proficiency with calligrapher supplies to try to...
I have some.
Oh, let me see.
Which you
I'll
might
draw you a gorilla.
Hey,
Roll
use some
performance.
parchment.
But you can use your proficiency modifier. In addition to any performance modifier.
Alright. Well, we're starting out with +4. So that's 11. And then I'm going to add something else to it.
You can add both calligraphy proficiency and anything you have for performance. So you can stack them if there's anything to stack.
Well, I'm proficient in it, so I guess I'd add 3 more, so that'd be 14.
It looks like a pretty decent drawing of a gorilla.
This is what a gorilla looks like, see? Doesn't look like Bo at all. It looks like a large monkey. If you've never seen a monkey, this is what a monkey looks like. I'll draw a monkey. With the tail, long tail, little creature, holding a banana just to be, you know, really spot on with it.
And I'm holding it and I'm looking at Bo and I look at it. Look back and forth. And look at you and I'm like, yeah, you're right. It doesn't look like Bo.
No, it doesn't. And Bo, do you have like those like tattoos that sometimes the Goliaths have in the...
No, I don't think he was old enough to get them yet. And he still has like a lot of hair. He didn't like shave it yet. I feel like that's like a ritual thing for them.
Ah, nothing like Bo at all. Very interesting animals. Perhaps I'll turn into one for you at some point.
Ooh,
Yes.
I would very much like that.
Yes.
Then I roll up your drawing very carefully and put it into my calligrapher supply kit. Close it, put it back in my pocket.
Ah, yes. You'll be duplicating that drawing forever. Well, shall we continue to the town?
Let's continue.
I have a feeling it's closer than we thought. I'll book it. I'll walk expeditiously. My hovering disc over my head, blocking the rain.
And as the snow peters out into a drizzle, slowly dries up, you walk out of the clouds and into a sunny bit of rolling fields, and then the outskirts of a town. And the outbuildings than a bustling marketplace. You are surrounded by assorted beast folk, some flower people moving around like you saw in Lady Harrington's kitchen, clearly doing the shopping. There's a very large broccoli moving through the streets in a chef's hat. And,
Is that bowl anywhere to be found?
do you want to make a perception check and look around?
Just looking,
Just looking?
passively looking around.
Not that you really see, but you do see a couple of other bulls with similar coloring, older, manning one of the farms you passed.
What kind of sounds would I hear?
General village sounds, but a lot more bestial, animalistic than you might have heard in the material plane. You know, the sounds of birds and chickens and some mooing.
I'm looking around at everything. My head is just constantly darting around. There's just so much to look at.
Talking in a wide variety of languages, some you've never heard before, but also communicating in various animal sounds.
Man.
How big is the village? Is it a town? Is it a village?
It's a little bigger than a hamlet, but also centered around the archive, so big enough to support that as well. Big enough to support a large group of academics who aren't doing any of their own labor.
Yeah. That's what. Those are my homies. In and out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Labor schmaber.
Gotta read books!
Yeah. So we're in a market?
Yes.
Anybody look like they're selling magic-y things or weapon-y things?
It's all home goods. There's some, there looks like there's a booth selling some pitchforks and axes, some spearheads and bows and arrows, more for hunting than anything else. But it's all, you know, used and repaired twice over.
I'm gonna sit on my floating disc and cast Detect Magic while following everybody else around, hoping that I'll finish casting it while we're still in the marketplace. I can see if there's anything magic here, but
Yeah, I'm not part of the group at all. I'm so distracted. I'm running from place to place, looking at the different wares that people have, listening to all the different languages, all the sounds, looking at the different animals, like a little kid at the zoo for like the first time. If anyone is like selling anything like snack wise,
Oh, there's a wide variety of snacks.
and if there's anything I recognize, I definitely want to get some.
You recognize the smell immediately of the hot spice nuts that were a staple at the circus. They smell a little bit differently spiced, but you know, hot spice nuts are hot spice nuts.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask the vendor. How much are these?
They just hold up 3. It's another Kenku.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Do I recognize it?
No.
Oh.
They're differently colored than you are. A little warmer in tone, almost reddish. But they just hold up 3
Do
and hold out a hand.
I recognize this gesture?
It means 3 currency.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, they're hoping that you'll pay the higher currency, but you know it just means 3 copper.
Oh, okay. I'll give him 4 copper.
they're giving you the that symbol from the J-Law movie.
From the what?
The Hunger Games.
Oh, I thought you were
The
talking about
Hunger Games symbol.
the Glorious Bastards one, where he ordered the 3.
That's better.
Yeah.
You get a bag that's overflowing with the nuts.
Ooh.
And she drizzles some honey on top for you.
Wow. And I telepathically say, thank you. And I click my beak. And I take it and I just start eating them.
You get a little flare of the crest in return.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to continue just wandering around.
Is there a place that sells or armor?
Not that you can see. It's a pretty small hamlet.
Place that buys armor?
Maybe you want to make an investigation roll.
Yeah, if there's a vendor that would, I have excess armor stuff I don't need to carry around, I'd sell it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Investigation?
Investigation, if you're asking around, or really, really looking.
I'm looking. Slow. 13.
You catch wind of just a general pawn shop who would buy just about anything. But it doesn't seem like the kind of place where armor would fetch a good price.
Alright, I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, they're liable to just melt it for the material. Turn it into a pitchfork.
Is there a blacksmith here?
There is.
Blacksmith shop?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let everyone do their thing first and then I'll go back.
I'm just floating around following everybody while chanting, waiting for 10 minutes to pass.
I think Bo is probably looking to see if he can find the injured bull that he saw earlier. I think even though he's pretty convinced of himself that bulls can't be evil, his Aoife's words are probably still on his mind. Like, what if they can be evil?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want me to roll investigation or?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. That is a 7.
How are you going about looking for the bull?
I think Bo is nervous about making a bad impression on the bovine people.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably just, like, whenever he sees one, he'll look them up and down and see if they look injured, like the one that just ran from the trees.
Mm-hmm. With a 7, you don't see any who look injured. But by looking every bovine person up and down, you see one who looks like a much older version of the one who ran through the trees. With much bigger horns. And you see one who looks also like an older version, but with no horns and wearing a dress. And you don't see them at the same time, but they are both walking towards the same farm that you walked past on the outskirts of town.
Okay. I think I'll like run after them and call them, excuse me.
Which one? You saw them in that order, the male and then the female.
I think
about 10 minutes apart.
I think he would go for the male if he saw him first.
Okay. Can I help you?
Do you have a younger family member, younger brother or son or nephew or something who was getting wood today?
My cousin?
Me and my group, we saw him getting attacked by some trees, so we tried to distract him and he ran off. I just wanted to check up on him, or I guess if you're heading that same way, maybe I can come with you and check up on him later just to make sure he's okay.
You can follow along, but I've been telling Jedediah not to go messing with them tree guardians. They've been a problem out in them woods, but we just don't know how they've been awakening. We go out there to get our firewood, but they wake up and they attack. And there ain't nothing we can do but kill them.
How long has this been happening?
Long as we can remember. We just go and chop some wood, and then the trees chop us right back.
That's crazy. I
What's
think
a cow supposed to do? We gotta keep the herd warm.
yeah, exactly.
But when the trees chop you back, and he spits on the ground. Just a big old wad of cud.
I think I'll ask him for directions for where he's heading, and then I'll go back to the group just to let them know what I heard.
It's just that farm up yonder.
All right. Me and my friends will probably come visit later today then.
Come on by. We've always got some nice salads.
Meat.
Summary for the one's meat. The fall Eve is just floating around casting spell.
I think that's it, and then I go back and I probably tell them what they told me, that trees keep awakening lately, and you know, they can't be evil because they're just cold. They need to chop the trees down for the warmth. I told you they can't be evil. They never be evil. Just tuning me out.
I'm doing my spell.
Oh, okay.
10-minute ritual spell. I'm floating around doing it. You're talking to me while I'm chanting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll have been about 10 minutes by the time Bo gets back.
Whew. Everything's all magic around me. Wow. They can't be evil because they're just trying to stay warm.
Yeah. I mean, we were trying to stay warm too, remember?
You know, people are more complex than their actions. Just because the cow wishes to cut a tree to stay warm doesn't mean the cow doesn't also murder people for fun.
But we've murdered a couple people.
But not for fun. It sounds like they're just trying to stay warm. But some would argue all trees are alive, and killing them is therefore murder. And we should make things out of earth, like that igloo thing that our friend here made the other night.
That's something to think about.
Yeah, all the trees are alive, and when you make things out of wood, you're actually making things out of people's bones.
That's something to think about.
It is. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying there's a lot of ways of looking at reality. Reality is subjective. And then I'm going to float around and look, see if there's any magic objects among the random items at the marketplace.
There's some various barely enchanted magic items.
Yeah.
There seems to be some very lightly glowing enchanted objects, like a spoon,
Oh.
very dented, rusty spoon, and a pile of used utensils,
Yeah.
and just a really ugly hat
Yeah.
in someone else's. A lot of the booths are just piles of stuff people are selling. It's kind of like, it's a mix between a farmer's market and a flea market in this market square.
Cool. So I'm just gonna like float around everywhere and see what the coolest looking thing is that is glowing.
The coolest looking thing.
Keep checking out people's piles and stuff. Trying to find the most magical, coolest looking item around.
The most magical item around is a cookbook in an old cat lady's, and I don't mean a cat lady like we think of it. I mean a very elderly cat person. Like a tabaxi, but not quite a tabaxi.
Straight up cat.
Straight up cat on two legs. Most of the time. Table. That's got, it's got some teacups and a bunch of knitted scarves that don't look very good. She, like someone told Grandma that she could make a lot of money if she sold her scarves, but she's not good at knitting, and her eyesight's been going. But she's here to sell them anyways. But she also has a cookbook, and that thing is glowing red hot magic.
Whoa, is it for sale? Is it like out like it's for sale?
It looks like it's for sale. It's out with the scarves and everything else.
Alright, I'll float up and I'll be like, hello, I am a powerful wizard from another land. How are you?
Still breathing.
Oh, very good. These scarves are beautiful. May I try one on?
If you purchase it first.
Oh, of course. What is the price on these beautiful scarves?
10 gold.
Oh my goodness.
Handcrafted.
Well, that's a fair price for such beautiful work. Well-crafted, beautiful work. And I'm gonna pick up the cookbook and start looking at it. Ah, this cookbook could be used to press the scarves, to keep them wrinkle-free in between uses.
I'm not negotiating my scarf prices. I made them myself.
Oh, I have no problem with that. I'll take 3 of them.
I walk behind you guys. Just, I'll take 3 of them, and I turn and I look. I'm just standing behind you, just eating my nuts.
I see you. I go, oh, actually, I'll take 4 of them. But I'd like to be able to press them in this cookbook so they don't get wrinkly in between uses. You truly are a fine craftsperson.
Do you even cook?
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I cook?
What is your favorite recipe to cook?
Have you heard of macaroni and cheese?
What is the recipe for macaroni and cheese?
Well, I'm embarrassed to say it's a very simple recipe. It's noodles and then cheese. You boil the noodles, then you take away the water, then you put in the cheese. You have your macaroni and cheese.
In your head, you hear me go, Eva, tell her about the secret ingredient.
What do you mean?
What would be like a good Fey ingredient that I would know?
That you would know. Chimera milk?
Okay. Tell them there's chimera milk.
But you know, the way my mother used to make it, with chimera milk. Now that's a beautiful macaroni and cheese.
Now go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage. Because you got help.
Yeah.
17 plus...
Oh, and of course, I was talking to her telepathically.
Of course.
Yeah.
18.
I will sell you the book to press the scarves and figure out a better recipe for 5 more gold.
So, 45 gold total for the scarves and the book?
Yes.
Oh.
Write down that macaroni recipe, though.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll write it down for you. If you give me a piece of paper, I'll write it down.
She slides over a piece of paper.
I'll write it down using my Scholar's Pack ingredients. So I've got I've got a magnifying glass that does identify once per long rest. So maybe I can use it on the cookbook before I buy it for 45 gold. Although these scarves will help in the snow. Maybe I can use the magnifying glass on it. So I'll say to her, I'll take out this magnifying glass and I'll be like, oh, it seems there's a small inscription on the inner cover. And I'll lean in with the magnifying glass to try to, let me just make out this inscription. And I'll use it to identify the book to make sure I'm buying something I want.
It acts as a focus that lets you cast any of your spells without using a spell slot. Once per day.
Oh.
Whoa.
So one...
It's one free spell. It's also an excellent cookbook.
Well, that'll be used. We'll be using it.
So...
Is it your character that likes cooking?
I have a mess kit.
You have it. It's your character likes cooking, right?
Possibly. I'll have to reread.
Or is it like a different character you played in a different game?
There was another character I had in a different game where I wanted to be like a skill monkey, but with all the artisan's tools.
Yeah.
So I took like the chef feat at level 1 is a variant human, and then I took the skilled feat to learn all the carpentry and masonry stuff. Yeah, that's probably the one you're thinking of. But I do have a mess kit. So.
It's got a bunch of recipes, and anytime you try to cook using it to help you, it will make your resources go further. And any like charisma checks you do using a recipe from that book will be just that much easier.
Okay. Is it attunement?
No, it's just a cookbook.
Oh, good, because my attunement slots are full, so that's good.
You have to tell me in the roleplay that you have cooked a recipe from the cookbook. I'm very big into roleplay. You may have noticed. You have to tell me what you're doing in order for you to have done it.
So it can give me one spell slot of any level of spell slot?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Any spell slot that you have.
Yeah, I can revive it with the cookbook.
You can add it to the components you are using. And it will just give you that spell slot.
Great. Is it something I could do as an action, like in battle? To like recharge a spell slot in battle? Or is it something I need to like cook?
You have to have that spell slot available, but then you won't use that spell slot.
Okay.
It's like using a component in the spell.
Okay. Well, that's great.
So...
I'm going to say, oh, there's no inscription there. But, you know what? I like these scarves so much. I'm going to give you 50 gold for the 4 scarves in the cookbook. And I'll give her 50 gold.
Your loss.
You're right. It is my loss.
She takes the gold before you can take it back.
Yeah. No, I'm taking the book with my hand there. You're right. It is my loss. But I will be cooking and enjoying this. Who wrote this cookbook, by the way?
Some stranger sold it to me last week.
Is just one of the scarves have pink and green and brown on it?
Yeah.
Great.
You can all pick the colors of the scarves. There are bunches of them.
Well, I'm going to take a pink and green and brown scarf and wrap it around my neck. And I'll say, oh, this scarf is beautiful. I will wear it everywhere. I also have this nice like leather braided leather headband. But this scarf looks pretty cool. Yeah. I'm going to ask her name.
No.
That's a wonderful, beautiful name, No. Nice to meet you, and thank you so much for these scarves in this cookbook. And I'll gather up the other 3 scarves to bring back to the other folks, and I'll float around a little bit more.
So you want a black one?
Yes.
You get black with the worst, already fraying silver tassels on the end.
Perfect.
Yellow.
Oh, it's the most hideous pea-colored yellow, like dehydrated pea. Or mustard, but not good mustard. Somewhere in between.
Red.
Red? Yeah, it's fire engine red. but like moldy, it's patchy, it's lumpy. How did that dye job on that yarn get just so uneven? And it's like narrow, long. How are you, the tallest person in the party, tripping on the length of this scarf? For someone who makes so many scarves, you'd think she'd have the like ratio and sizing down at least.
It's because red's the fastest color, so she started dyeing it, and then the scarf got too fast, so that she couldn't really catch up to it to dye the rest of it well.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And it's not really long; it's just really fast. So.
Oh, it's so fast. But it got from one end of you to the other end and just kept going.
Yeah.
Then, Eva, before you leave, I telepathically ask you, do you see any other magic items with your magic eyes?
I saw a rusty spoon somewhere over there. I don't know what it does, but it wasn't glowing as powerfully as this book, but it might be useful for you.
Where is it?
Over there, by that person with the piles around him on the carpet.
Okay, I'll head over there.
I want to check out the hats. I have a scarf now. I feel like I should have a hat.
Okay. So, Mears, you go to a guy who's just got a pile of dishes, metal pots and pans, 2 or 3 bins of used silverware. And yeah, one of them is just a really rusty tin spoon.
Okay. And I look at it instantly. And I telepathically talk to the fella. Like, what's the story of the spoon?
Makes things taste good.
How much?
Trade.
Trade. I kind of cock my head and I reach into my pocket. I pull out one of the gold spoons I took from the kitchen. And I mimic him, trade!
Trade! And he hands you the spoon.
Hey, and I hand him the gold one. Haha. And I walk away proud. I got my new tasty spoon.
Gave away some money.
It casts specifically the version of prestidigitation that makes food taste good on any bite of food on the spoon.
Nice.
Any bite of food on the spoon.
Magic spoon.
Echo, office.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
And then, so you walk over to a very tiny gnome, surrounded by just a row of hats on mannequin heads. And,
Hello?
Hi!
Hello?
Hi!
Oh, there you are. I need a hat to go with my scarf.
That's for a red scarf.
Yeah, it's really cool. I just got it. My friend Aoife got it for me. It goes so fast. It's such a cool scarf.
I don't think any of my hats will quite match your look, but if you'd like any of them, I can arrange it. I can make them fit any size head.
Okay. I'll take a look at the hats.
Is there any particular style of hat you're looking for? Or were you interested specifically in the one that Aoife said was magical?
I was interested in the one that was magical, but I don't think Bo has any preference, honestly. I think he's just looking for a hat to cover his head to make it warm.
The one that Aoife said was magical is a bucket hat with a big, big flower on it. It's a kind of like dented woven wicker bucket hat with a really big wilted flower. It's not even a wilted flower, it's a wilted fabric flower.
Okay.
But he's also got some, beanies with puffs on them. He's got, one really, really big, floppy Kentucky Derby hat, and a couple of, almost trilbies. And, one kind of beat up, shoddy looking, ye old scammer top hat. Looks like something a snake oil salesman would pull on.
Okay. So snake oil salesman, trilby hat, Kentucky Derby, knitted cap, the toque, and the magic hat. Magic hat, 6. So I'll ask him, how much for that one? The wicker one with the wilted flower.
Ooh. For that one, I will require 1 gold and 1 true story.
True story?
1 true story.
Okay. Well, yeah, alright, that sounds good. I give them 1 gold.
But it must be a good story. And he climbs up onto the table and gets right in your face in anticipation.
Okay. By good, do you mean like good story? Or do you mean like happy story?
A good story.
Okay. Well, it feels like it was years ago now, but it couldn't have been more than maybe a month or 2. I was working as a guard, not doing too well, honestly, not checking out the people properly, I guess, so I got yelled at a lot. And I told them, I'm just here to make some money so I can get to the next town and hopefully find my family there. And then they told me to go to this one city that I ended up going towards, and it was not very good. There was a giant wall that was already broken, even though we were in line waiting to go in. And there were these fireballs exploding left and right, and demons all over the city. And that's where I met the people I travel with now, who I consider good friends. And it was there that, while fighting these kind of goopy black magic bat type things that fly, that one of them, I grappled it and then it took flight, and I must have went nearly 300 feet in the air. And then as I was up there grappling with it, trying to beat on it for its life, that it started going down, and I thought, great, it's listening to me now, maybe I can capture this thing. And then it gained speed, and then it gained more speed, and then I hit the ground, and I nearly died. And that's one true story.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
That is an 18 plus. Bless you. 18 plus nothing. 18.
You feel the memory of that time you almost died start to grow fuzzy.
He took your story.
But it was such a cool fight. And your friends, they're here with you still. So, for a moment, it's like, where was that cow? But that's not the important part. That's not even the important part, is it, Bo? The important part is that you almost died.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
It was really cool.
And it was really cool, and that was a good fucking story, and you're still here. So, you remember. And now you've got a hat.
Okay.
And so that woman was like, wow, here you go.
Thanks.
And he bites on the gold coin and jumps off the table and walks away.
Okay. I don't think Bo would. I rolled for it even. There were 6 hats. I rolled a d6. I got the natural 6 and I got the magic one. So.
Yeah. And if Bo ever tries to attune to the hat, Bo will from now on get advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Hugh, you haven't done anything in the market yet. Oh yeah, you're looking for armor.
Yeah, I'm good.
Somewhere to sell armor. Yeah, they're just gonna melt it
I'm just
down.
gonna wander around.
Should we go directly to the archives?
Or I think Bull was saying something to me while I was casting a spell.
I did want to check up on that bull that we found earlier. The one who was fighting the trees. I found what looked like his family members, and they told me they were at a farm just down the way. I told them we'd visit them later today, but if you want to visit the academy first, we can go do that.
Oh, what do you all want to do first?
I'm gonna find the blacksmith.
Oh, well that sounds. We could do that first. Maybe he'll buy your armor, eh?
We
The
can ask.
blacksmith. Sure, let's go to the blacksmith and then we'll do one of these other things. If anyone wants to ride on this thing with me, you're welcome to.
I think I was too heavy too last time.
Yeah, if we all get on it, it's like it goes at half speed and it sags, but somebody can.
As we walk, do we walk past any hello? Do we walk past any mounds of fecal matter?
No, not really.
Oh,
It's a pretty clean town. When you were walking through the farming area, there were mounds of fecal matter, but like neatly stored,
oh, okay,
as there are in farming areas.
sure. Okay,
They'll need that for later.
Hmm.
They will need that for later.
sure.
Alright, let's go to the blacksmith, eh?
So you make your way to the edge of the town where the blacksmith is.
I've never seen a cat play fetch before.
I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. What do we see there?
You see a blacksmith working.
How big is the forge?
It's a moderately sized forge. Little bigger than the room we're in right now, with a house off to the side.
Right. What do we see?
Right now, the blacksmith has stuff in the forge itself, while he's sort of taking a break, sort of letting it heat up. They seem to be some kind of German shepherd beast folk.
Hmm.
Whoa.
Ooh. Is there anything hanging up on in his shop? Things that he's made, tools.
General assortment of work tools for the farm and the village. Kind of a combination of advertisement of his skill and things that someone might theoretically buy, and his own tools of the trade. Clamps, pliers, grips, saws, etc.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking around, studying everything. I'm still eating those nuts.
Hugh, did you want to try to sell this fellow your armor?
You interested in buying the shield? These 2 shields? They're magic.
He looks up and looks them over. Not much use for shields around these parts. But, if the enchantment's not in the way of melting them down, I might. You might get more for them if you move on down to a larger city, though.
I'll hold on.
Mirrors, you have anything you want to do here?
The stuff that he's put out to kind of show his skill, do they look impressive at all?
It's fine craftsmanship. It's not, you know, the paragon of blacksmithery, but it's fine craftsmanship.
Is it not weapons?
No, it's not like
Farm type stuff?
yeah. You get the impression that he probably could make a decent hammer for war or hammering. whether you're hammering someone's skull or a railroad spike, it's a hammer.
Okay.
But he's definitely not going to be making anyone a sword anytime soon.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa, you should have him turn your sword into a hammer. It's not pointy anymore.
Do you think you could do that?
Probably.
Could you make my sword into a hammer?
And why would I do that?
Because I'm not supposed to handle sharp things.
I mean, you're handling it fine now. And the thing in the hand is better than a hammer.
I don't know what
For
that
fighting?
means.
It's a yes or no question.
Is it enchanted?
I don't know. I don't think so. And
He
can I
holds out
give
a
him
hand.
the cursed sword?
Hmm?
It's the cursed sword, I think.
Can he actually give him the cursed sword out of his hand?
You can try.
Okay. Do you want me to roll or?
Hand it over. Just hand it over.
Yeah, I hand it over.
You get a headache, and you can hear that it is mad at you. You want it back.
Actually, no. I think I should have that back.
Echo, stop!
So you don't want me to make it into a hammer then?
No, I think I do. And then I give it to him again, and then the headache starts again, right?
And you want it back immediately?
And I grab it back again, and I'm like, I don't know anymore.
I gotta get back to this. And he goes and takes the metal out of the forge and starts working on it.
Okay, should we go to the Bulls or to the research center?
Let's go Bulls.
Bulls it is! Come on, Kenku. Hop
You
on
come
my
back
thing.
when you've made up your mind.
Okay.
He's hammering.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hop on
There's a
your
lot of
phone, yes.
annoying people in this little town.
A lot of what?
Annoying people.
They're beast folk. Here we go. That's good eating. That's my dad. That's a quote from my dad about cute animals. Animals that I thought were cute. Let's head. We head to the bull farm.
Okay. Yeah, I hop on the flying carpet with you.
Yeah.
Alright, so you come up on the bull farm. And there's about 6 or 7 very similar looking bovine people working on the farm. And as you come up, one of them lets out a low that is echoed by almost everyone else.
Oh, are they bovine people or just bovine?
I don't know, but I feel homesick.
Oh, bull. We're here for you.
And out of the little farmhouse comes a nice cow lady. Oh, visitors! I didn't know we'd be having visitors. Are you hungry? Can I get you some nice salads?
Is
Can I get you some leaves?
Is she the same bold lady I saw earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I told her. I think I spoke to your husband earlier.
Oh, did you speak to Jeremiah?
Yeah.
Barlow Jedediah?
Yes.
He just got back. Oh, he was in such poor shape. Are you the nice folks that helped him out?
Yeah, that's us.
Let me get you some salads. And she bustles you inside. Come on in, come on in. And like, before you know it, there's a huge, massive bowl of salad in front of each of you. It's just grass and leaves in a bowl.
I take out my spoon.
That's coming in handy already.
Yeah.
I just start eating it.
Yeah.
I'll have a handful of grass.
I think Bo just kind of plays with his food while like talking to the lady.
And I'll give some to the dog too. Oh, and the cat, since I think the cat's still with us.
Yeah. The cat eats so much. And the dog looks at it. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I take a handful of nuts and offer that instead.
The dog looks at it.
I just shrug and just continue eating.
I ate some grass. Beautiful blonde lady eating grass. It looks just like Silver Lake. It's like we're in Silver Lake.
Such heroes! You helped Jedediah out of such a pickle. And I cannot thank you enough. So, what brings you to our little neck of the woods?
We were trying, and I look over at Aoife for like confirmation that I can say this. We were going to the
We were going to the research place, the archives.
Yeah.
Oh, the archive! Those nice folks!
Yeah. But we came upon a bunch of trees attacking your cousin.
Yeah, our cousin Jedediah, he came in and joined our little herd just a couple moons ago, and he's not quite used to how the trees are awaking, and so I think he got a little in over his head when we sent him out to get some wood, for the fires.
Could have been very dangerous for him.
Yeah, it's very dangerous for all of us, but you know how it is when the trees wake up and attack, and there's just nothing you can do, because we've got to stay warm. And I guess I personally can't fault them for wanting to protect their own, but not everyone in town feels the same. But if someone came and started just chopping down my loved ones, I'd do the same. I'd just charge them.
Well, that's what I do too. Good thing no one tries to eat you and your friends or chop you down.
I mean, we're all vegetarian here in this town, so no one would chop us down. But I've heard some mighty horrible things about people out in the material plane. And in the unseelie court, don't get me started.
Well, some would say that grass is alive as well.
I would not.
Look at our rose cat. Our cat made of roses. She's a
That's
plant.
different. She's up and walking.
I pick it up,
And what a cutie she is.
put it on the table.
Yeah, she's made of plants as well,
And what a creative use of furniture, bless your little heart. And she picks the cat up off the table and puts her down.
So the trees have been awake for as long as you can remember, fighting back for as long as anyone can remember.
Well, they didn't used to wake up with quite such frequency, but, you know, now they'll wake up 2 or 3 at a time. There used to be, we'd be able to cut down trees for days, and then maybe just one would wake up.
And do you have any idea what might be causing this pandemic of living trees?
Nobody knows. Some say that it's been like that since more people started coming through from other places.
You mean like from other planes?
Yes. Like perhaps something or someone came through and made them angrier.
And then there's been a lot more portals lately.
Yes.
Have you seen portals opening up?
Not here, but we've seen some people from other places that claim they just fell in.
Well, that's
And then,
me.
of course, there was that time that a bunch of us fell out.
Oh,
But the archivists went and got them, so it was no real big deal.
yeah.
They said that people elsewhere ate cows. Who would do that?
Oh, don't mind him. He's got a strange sense of humor.
Oh, I mean, I guess anything can be a joke under the right circumstances. I just wasn't expecting it. You can see. After everything my family's been through with Jedediah's attack recently and all of the people going missing and coming back, you've just been really shaken.
Well, he was.
Trees that had attacked Jedediah, they had dropped some strange wood. Do you have any idea, like, why that wood is so different? It had, like, faces on it.
I think the wizards and such use it for something, but that's not my area of expertise. I'm just farm. I like to cook.
Oh, you like to cook? Well, I have a cookbook. Maybe I can help you cook.
You cook?
Oh, yes. But what do you cook? Mushrooms and such.
Well, I'm working on some dolmas now. And she pulls out, she gestures over at the stove where she's got a bunch of various spices stewing in a mix of rice. And yes, there's mushrooms. And
Dolmas?
some tofu.
Domas?
Dolmas.
I'm gonna look through my cookbook to see if there's anything about domas in it.
You find in the section of appetizers, dolmas are a stuffed grape leaf that is stuffed with savory filling made of rice and other ingredients.
I'll see if there's something useful I can share with her that's in this part about the domus.
You can ask if she's got all of the necessary seasonings,
I'll
or
list.
perhaps if she could benefit from any of the ingredients you have in your rations.
Sure. I'll ask her that.
Well, do you have any
You eat your cows?
walnuts? I'm a little low
Yeah,
on
must be better
nuts
than
that I could add to
dairy.
the stuffing.
Oh, what are you doing? Your milk?
Oh, let me see here.
Dairy cows.
Do I have walnuts?
Yeah, Fey and elfin rations usually have some kind of dried nut.
Sweet. I do have some walnuts for you. I see here in my cookbook that walnuts are useful for you. Here you go.
Would be a nice change of pace to have a little bit more nuts. And she chops them up and adds them to the cooking rice.
This room that we're in, what does it look like?
It is a kitchen. It's a very cozy, snug kitchen. And you're all kind of crammed in around the table.
Okay. What all is in here?
Suspended by the roof beams, there is so many bundles of dried herbs and drying fruits, and bundles of vegetables and foods, just so much food storage. Cluttered around the edges of the walls, there are shelves and shelves and shelves of just jars and jars and jars and jars. There is, of course, the bubbling pot of rice and filling, as well as a small oven, and then the table you're all around.
What's in the jars?
Food and spices, and coffee and teas.
Are there any jams?
Jams, yes. And fruit preserves and nut butters.
Ooh. Eva, ask her if she's selling her jams and fruits and nut butters.
Are you selling your jams and fruits and nut butters?
Those are for the winter.
You must make sure to have enough food in the winter, of course.
It's very important. But I prefer Old Marge. She sells her jams once a week on Mondays.
All right. Well, very good. I hope your fig leaf treats are better for the walnuts. So we don't know what's been causing the greater awakening. Oh, is Jedediah anywhere around now?
He's resting upstairs.
Oh, very good. Well, this salad is delicious. I'll have another handful of grass. Salad is wonderful.
Thank you, dear. You look like you could really use it. And she refills her bowl.
Do you mind if I go check on Jebediah?
Just keep quiet if he's sleeping, dear.
Okay. So I'll go upstairs and check on him.
He's sleeping. He looks like he's having a bit of a nightmare, but he is sleeping.
Okay. Does he have like blankets on or?
Yeah,
Okay.
sleeping comfortably in bed.
I'll just tuck him in and then I'll go back downstairs.
Make a stealth roll just to see if you wake him up.
Oh no.
It's a pretty low DC.
There's a 13. Oh, that's an 18. I'm good at stealth.
You go to tuck him in, and he actually calms down a little bit.
Okay. Then I'll just go back downstairs and let her know that he was sleeping. I tuck him in.
What time of day is it now?
We are coming up on the evening. So I think now would be a good time for you to decide whether you want to camp near the outskirts of town or try to find whether there's an inn or somebody who has a room to let. Since I think it would be best to try to actually find the archive when everyone's here.
Okay. I'll ask, I don't think I caught her name. Does she have a name?
Nobody asked.
Okay. I'll just say, do you know if there's an inn somewhere that we could stay the night?
Our little town doesn't have an inn, but we do have room in our barn.
Would
We've
you
got a
think-
loft up there with some hay. We can get you some bedding.
What do cow people put in their barns?
No, they use it for storage.
Do you?
What do any farms that don't have livestock keep in their barns?
Horses or cows.
That don't have livestock.
Oh.
So, you don't have livestock, eh? Where do you all drink milk per se?
Milk is for the young. It's for our calves.
Adults do not drink milk.
No.
Do you all eat cheese?
Cheese?
You've not heard of cheese? No problem. I'm a stranger from a strange land, so I understand. No cheese. Do any of the other beast folk in town eat cheese?
I'm unfamiliar with what cheese is.
Have you heard of butter?
There is butter from soy products. We take the fat from various oils and mix it with cream from coconuts and make butter.
Yes, of course. Well, very interesting. And so you don't keep animals at all?
Chickens, the small ones.
Are there any chicken folk in town?
No.
So there are no chickens who are people.
That would be quite strange.
Are there any bovine folk? Are there any bovines who are animals but not people?
No.
Do you eat the chicken eggs?
Only the unfertilized.
Do you eat chickens?
No. We would never eat meat, the flesh of a beast. That would be disgusting.
Yeah, you're
To consume death? Like some kind of unenlightened beast? An eater of death?
Well, now.
I
Come
start
on.
eating the salad now.
This grass was once alive, you know.
And it need not die to be consumed. Have you not grazed? Have you not enjoyed the delicate communion with life and nature that is a graze?
Should we all graze together then?
Oh, we must. As
Hugh,
the sun sets, let us graze.
Hugh, would you like to graze with us? We'll just all go out in the field and
Let us graze.
get on our on our legs and eat the grass together, out of the ground. What do you say, Hugh?
She rises and begins to head out to graze.
I'll follow her. Come on, Hugh, it'll be great. Let's go chew on the ground together.
I look at Mirrors like, do we have to go?
And she starts herding you all out to go to the grazing area.
This is like when mushroom people tell you that they want to meld.
Mhm.
The cow people want to graze.
And there's she lets out a oh. It's very different than the greeting one that announced your arrival. And suddenly all of the cows on the farm are coming to the grazing area.
Yeah. No, you all should come and graze. It's going to be good, I swear. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna make the same noises she makes and try to fit in. And like the one time I went to a mosque, like the one time Jake went to a mosque, I'm gonna try to do all the things that everyone else is doing.
So we all go to the field.
I let them all go to the field and I hang back in the kitchen. But I act like I'm going with them.
Are they all like within a
Yeah.
30 radius?
Fireball!
Barbecue. Worcestershire.
I would use my prepared counterspell on that.
I'm not gonna do it.
I mean, I'm in the radius. All right, melding, grazing.
Yeah. They all.
Oh.
It's just a bunch of cows. They were all upright and walking around, but they all get down and stand like cows and graze for a few minutes. Have a nice little grass snack. It's not their dinner. It's just a communal moment of having a snack after work, before dinner.
Does anything interesting happen?
Not particularly.
If I open my soul to the vibrations of the universe and the soil, the bosom of the planet.
It feels like intentional eating.
Like
If you've ever been really present while you're eating, things do taste a little better. You're a little more aware of what you're eating than like when you just zone out and eat while you watch TV.
While everyone's distracted outside, I want to sneakily try to take one of the jam jars.
Okay. I won't even make you roll for it. You're all alone in there, pretty much. Nobody
Okay.
who cares would be paying attention.
I just take my time, I take one, and I slide them over so it doesn't look like I took anything.
Yeah.
I stuff it in my pocket. I'll take the reddest one. I'm looking for like strawberry or raspberry. So, then I slink outside.
Aoife, is eating meat bad? Is eating meat evil?
I've got a mouthful of grass and bent over in the field. You're near me doing the same thing?
Yeah.
I'll whisper to you, no,
Thank you so much.
it's a bunch of bullshit.
Thank you so much. This isn't quite a nightmare, but it's not a dream anymore either.
Maybe this will help you see cows in a less holy light.
I never thought they were holy. I just thought they were cool, and now they're not as cool. I think maybe I'm growing out of it.
Cows are still cool. They're just not that cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's grab one of the really fat ones.
No.
I think Hugh's gonna get us in trouble, and I'm used to being the one who gets us in trouble.
Hugh, if you wait for the right moment, we will have a normal battle. We won't have to commit cattle-cide. I'll finish eating and stand up and say, thank you so much, brethren, for sharing this moment of meditation with us. We appreciate you deeply from the bottom of our hearts.
Do you guys have toothpicks?
She hands you a very long stick of sharpened hay.
Okay, I immediately start like trying to get the fibers of grass out between the nooks and crannies of my teeth.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed in the barn, I guess.
Yeah, she sets you up in the barn. It's comfortable enough. Definitely more comfortable than a freezing cold earthen dome. Less comfortable than some inns you've stayed in your pasts. But it's warm. The hay is dry. And in the morning, there's a nice fresh bowl of salad. This one has a couple slices of strawberries.
Do you have any cheese?
What is cheese?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was confused. My apologies.
Would I have cheese in my pack from the rations? Is it reasonable to think I would?
Probably not cheese. at this
Jerky?
Okay. I'm now pulling out
point. You
jerky.
definitely
That's-
you would have jerky. Jerky is a human ration.
I'm not gonna whip it out. I'll eat a cracker or something.
I'll go up to Mears and be like, "You got any more of the berries?"
Oh
I
yeah.
think no, and then I'll stick my hand out, I'll do my thing, I snap and I make a whole batch of new ones.
Thank you so much. And I have a berry.
Oh, could I have one
I
too?
do not have. I pick the strawberries out of the salad bowl and leave all the grass untouched.
I'll do the same thing.
Out of curiosity, I put one of the good berries on my spoon and eat it.
It tastes like the best berry you've ever had.
Wow.
Like a spoonful of ice cream sundae with good berry topping.
Ooh. Yum.
And at that moment, Pew Pew walks in. Our
Julie
rogue,
walks in.
Oh, right.
our rogue friend, Pew Pew walks in.
Nice.
Oh, and I guess I'll be in a different mood if I'm waking up in the morning.
And I think that waking up on this morning is a good place to stop for
winter.
the evening.
What is spring? What do you like in the spring?
Spring is Trixie. It's like the falsetto.
It's when
Sounds
Aoife
like a-
tripped me. She
Oh,
pulled
yeah,
my
that's
leg
right.
and I fell.
Oh
Yeah.
no, she's pulling your leg.
But now it's winter, so this breakfast, you know, you give me the good berry, and I'm like, oh, I suppose. And I'll say to you, you're right. These cows are boring. Makes me want to die.
I think I'm also a winter today.
Yeah, right in my book.
This version of me can't comfort you.
What do you write in your book?
I wrote in my book and I showed you guys. I said, what are you guys doing out there?
Oh, we were eating grass because life is so wonderful. Sigh.
No, right, that sounds awful.
It was supposed to be a religious experience, but if it was religious, there is no God. But I'll whisper that to him. I don't want the cows to hear me say that. I'm still polite even though I'm depressed.
Then I write, you should leave religion to Hugh.
I'm not sure how much religion he has. He seemed to want to just eat them all. Hugh, do you praise an evil god, Hugh? You like Pelor?
Chaotic neutral.
Oh my. That's more evil than evil.
And Julie walks in, and we find out where she's been, and we'll stop there.
Yeah.
10:25, pretty good. Or 10:26, and we can do checkouts. Who has inspiration currently?
I think I do.
We got to remember to use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Have we
this
ever used it?
I used it
We
whenever
need-
I got it. But
We need
I
more
don't have it.
life-threatening situations.
Yeah, I don't have inspiration.
We got
Yeah,
one.
really-
Do you have one, Hugh?
I honestly can't remember.
Well, then I think we only have one. He has one.
I have one.
Can we do a vote for one, or do you want to stop at one?
You guys can do a vote for one.
All right. So, something you enjoyed about the session, something you enjoyed that another player did, and your inspo vote can be different from the thing that another player did. And
Just yours.
Nope.
Yours.
And you're going first. That's mine.
Okay. I liked doing the survival stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. That was nice to do and to figure out and kind of think on our feet a bit. Because yeah, I hadn't really. I mean, Nears grew up in the wilderness, so he's fine anywhere. But not when it's snowing and raining and wet. There's all these other people. And, so that was interesting to figure out. Inspo vote. I think I would give it to Bo. Just because the scene that everything felt very enlightening to Bo. Like now he's kind of lost interest in cows now.
Maybe.
So it's an interesting character.
Number 2 favorite animal now.
He's like
What's
he's
one?
all disillusioned now when he just saw them just eating off the ground. So that was fun.
I agree.
So that's my vote.
Hugh.
Like the little tree fight.
Tree fight.
I've never used Wall of Fire before, and I liked it. Inspiration vote. Who doesn't have inspiration right now?
Us three.
Just you.
Okay.
No.
I'm the only
Dane
one who has
does.
it.
He's the only one who has
Bo.
Yeah.
My vote's Bo.
Okay. Something I enjoyed about the session was I also really liked the survival stuff and the market characters.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't there for a long time, I don't think, but they were a lot of fun. They all very much had a personality that was very visible quickly. And I do like the survival stuff just because I think while they were trying to figure out how to make us a camp, I do think Bo would have just been completely in his own world, just playing with his toy cow, knowing he couldn't do Shape Earth or anything like that, just realizing, nope, this is their time. There were so many good things. I really like Hugh's, just every couple of seconds, just thinking about beef or mentioning stuff like that while we were with the cows. And
He's not a vegan.
Yeah. And Mir stealing that jar of jam while we were gone.
Well, everyone's back was turned.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good stuff in the session.
It's
I
been
think
a while since you copped something.
Since what?
Since you stole something.
Well, hasn't been anything to steal out in the wilderness.
that's true.
I definitely had my fill though at that flower kitchen. Did all that gold stuff.
I think I'll give the inspo to Hugh for all the beef comments and stuff like that.
The beef.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the scarves. I enjoyed quizzing the cow people about their lives and grazing with them. I enjoyed getting the cookbook, and I like the, no pun intended, flavor of the cookbook. I liked that this is not a town that has weapons. That was an interesting flavor. Yeah, I like the voices and the personalities of the people we were talking to.
Thank you.
Lots of variety. Hugh's use of Wall of Fire was fun.
That was great.
It makes me want to retcon my level 7 spell choice decision because I took Wall of Fire. But
If you haven't used a level up spell yet,
yeah,
you can swap it out. I will let you do that.
thank you. I will, because he has Wall of Fire always prepared as a light cleric, so
Yeah.
it's a great controlling the battlefield, splitting people up spell. But I know him and he's going to use it. So I should choose a different one. So I liked his use of Wall of Fire. I enjoy your homebrew shadow arrow spell and the flavor of returning it back to your hand. And that you remembered to get the sticks and logs, because I forgot about that. Yeah, and Bo was really the MVP of RP today, with lots of interesting reactions to the tree fight and the interest in and we got some extra backstory out of him, and the thing with the doll, and kind of touching background story about the doll, and obviously his arc about getting less interested in cows, and also like his interesting arc with the sword. Yeah. You know, what's gonna happen with him and his sword? And so yeah, obviously Bo is the inspiration man today. So
It's a very inspiring plan.
yeah, I pass to you for final commentary.
I really enjoyed watching the roleplay in general, especially with the cows. Both Bo and Hugh really got me a couple times in both the funny bone and the heart. Back and forth forever. Which I think is a really good way to play scenes like that with both the humor and the heartwarmingness. But I'm going to have to get better at making really hard combat encounters. Because I think as a DM, that's my little tough spot. Is I'm not good at making combat hard enough for parties that are really good at combat. So, if I kill all your characters next time, sorry!
Yeah, that's the problem, is the balance.
Yeah.
That's why when I was first getting used to it, I would always I would run practices with their characters and the monsters to see, and then I would like change the monster's stats to try to balance it. Sometimes the monster would kill all of them, or sometimes they'd kill the monster right away. But they always surprise the players.
Yeah. I have a real tendency towards non-combat encounters. Like a night where it's really snowy and rainy, and all of the wood around you is soaking wet, so starting a fire is really hard. And you get to use all of your spells, all of your skills to try to figure out how to deal with that, but if you don't tell me how you make a camp, and all you do is put something over your heads, you'll wake up in the morning and have to make a con save or suffer frostbite. And then your own feet, your very own toes, will need healing or be difficult terrain all day. Because if you have frostbitten feet, how are you supposed to walk easily all day?
Just slide like this.
On your skis.
Yeah.
Right on both shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Or a lot of puzzles, a lot of roleplay encounters where you could fight them, or you could talk your way out of it, or some combination thereof. But you could not. Julie could not have talked her way through the tree guards. Those are trees. You can't talk to a tree.
She definitely tried.
She would have spent a turn trying to.
Mm-hmm.
She always does.
She would have spent a turn getting hit twice by a tree.
I misspoke about the alignment of my deity. It's neutral, good.
Nice.
Well, that's very different.
Then chaotic, whatever I said, neutral. Yeah, that is different.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. We're pretty tough when it comes to combat encounters.
Yeah.
We fought some pretty crazy stuff already.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Come out unscathed.
it was nothing but combat. That other one, I was like, where's the story? It was like, combat. Like some gorilla creatures, gorilla demons. What are gorillas?
Yeah, I've never seen one.
Whatever.
What is a gorilla?